In this video, I'm going to pick right up from where we left off in the last one. The Americans are in a bit of a jam. They're stuck out in open ground. So you know what the Americans are going to do? They've actually got more guys off table. So they're going to spend another initiative point and bring a whole platoon more of infantry into this wheat field because they've got another platoon commander with them. So technically the Germans can open fire. So line of sight is not something I've talked about in the videos so far, but you can see into terrain features, but not necessarily past them. So this wheat field is considered heavy cover. So the Germans could see the Americans move into it. They couldn't see them behind it, but once they crossed into it, technically the Germans have the chance to open fire. But it's heavy cover, so that's a -2 on their rolls. The Germans don't like those odds, so they're just going to pass. They're going to hold on to their initiative points for right now and try to catch back up to the Americans. So the Americans were able to move up here. Germans passed. Now they're going to do a group fire. To do group fire, you need a platoon commander attached and at least 2 bases of infantry. The Americans here, they've got 3 rifle squads and a machine gun squad. So they're going to spend an initiative point to do a group fire. We're going to roll 2 dice, and they get a +1 for group fire, a +1 for the machine gun, and a -2 for the opponent's heavy cover. So that's just a straight up roll. And we roll a 4. You didn't even see it, but I rolled a 4 off camera. So that means nothing good for the Americans. The Germans, they're like, you know what? We're just going to pass. We're going to keep building our advantage. And the Americans spend another 1. They rolled 2 more dice, and I rolled 2 1s. Something is wrong with my dice. I think they're loaded. The Germans, they're like, oh, we love to see this. We're going to actually group fire back at you now. We're going to roll 2 dice. It's a -2, but +1 for group fire, so -1. I roll a 10, but -1 is a 9. That's enough to suppress a squad. Germans spent an initiative point. The Americans, they don't have many ideas. They're just banging their heads against the wall. They're going to do another group fire. 5, 6, 7. Hey, that's a suppression. They suppressed 1 of them. The Germans pass again. The Americans do another group fire. Another 7. Now the Germans are in a bit of a tricky spot. They've got both guys suppressed. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to rally. They're going to spend 1 initiative point to rally the 1 squad, looking for a 5 or better, and they get it. And they're going to roll for the other one, and they get it as well. So they just rallied both of them. All that work the Americans did, just undone with 2 rallies. So let's pick up in the next turn. We go on to the next turn, and you know what the Americans are going to do this time? They're going to do another group fire. Shocker. But they get a suppression. The Germans, they're going to roll right back. And they don't. They miss. So we'll cover one of their initiative points up. We'll go straight back to the Americans. The Americans do another group fire. And they miss. Back to the Germans. They miss as well. Americans, they miss. The Germans, they realize what the Americans are trying to do, so they try to rally. They roll a 1, so not only do they fail, but they've lost another initiative point. The Americans do another group fire. A 6, that's a miss. The Germans, they try to rally again. And you know what? They succeed because they've got the platoon commander and their regulars, so that ends up being modified to a 5. But now they're out of initiative points. You know what that means? That means they can't react. So the Americans are going to spend another initiative point first to rally the suppressed squad. They rally them. Then they're going to spend another, and they're going to charge across open ground and take on these Americans. They're going to leave the machine gun behind. Machine guns aren't as good in close combat. So now we get to pick up with the next video with some close combat.